thirsty, trying to juice. I need that know. I'm critical. My nitty bag, my kitty boots. I got the juice. I got the juice.
Yep.
Foolies glad I'm on. Even my
What a
haters
tune.
kinda glad I'm on. Rest in peace to my bag up on. Rapper, song, singer, suspended subpoena from misdemeanors, dreamers, held back asses, Loki still a DM.
Still make boat squad.
Praying for my broke.
Why did I pick that song as the intro song?
I don't know.
I was just too tempted to listen to that for the whole
Dude,
the whole 3 minutes.
How? Oh, fuck off. That's a good song. Yeah, so Dan, I'd like you to talk about your new Nexus phone.
The new phone I want to get. I'm
Yeah.
so sick of this iPhone 5S. Dude. It's such bullshit. Like, that's
is it,
that-
is it me touching that?
I think so.
Oh,
Anyway.
fuck, sorry.
But I went out into the Val the other night,
Yep.
and like my phone was dead before I even got off the
okay,
train.
wait
Pretty
up.
much.
Hold up. Does this require a new phone, or would it be more fiscally responsible to purchase a new battery?
Fiscally responsible. No, wait. Isn't that the thing that the Apple aren't letting third parties do? Like fixes? Is
Yeah,
the
that
thing?
is. Oh, that is a thing, dude.
Yeah.
They released an update, and now they'll track any like third-party part that you add to your phone,
Mm.
and it makes your phone redundant, man. Like completely redundant. Does not
It's-
work at all.
They are so dog,
How-
dude.
Dude, that is a whole industry they can shut down.
iPhone. Okay, I got an article here. iPhone disabled if Apple detects third-party
Oh my
repairs.
God, that is evil, dude.
That's
That is
so-
so evil.
That's fucked up. The latest software Apple for iPhone. Oh, I guess it's iPhone 6, not. So I could still get mine replaced because I got a 5S. but-
Okay, so it's only for sixes.
Only for the 6s, yeah, and it's error
Is it a hu-
53.
Is it like pretty spot on? Like, does it only happen some of the time, or?
It doesn't really say. It says we take customer security very seriously, and error 53 is the
Customer
result.
Security, dude. Get fucked, Apple. Seriously,
hey,
fuck you,
hey,
Steve Jobs.
Hey, dude, hey. This is for your safety and your own security. I love that.
Fuck
I love
that.
that. I love that excuse for anything. This is for your safety.
Apple do so much good, like with the FBI. You know how the FBI sued Apple?
No, what'd they do?
Okay, so there was some. I think it was in San Bernardo. There was two attackers and they were shooters, and they basically got a gun and shot up a bunch of people, and it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And so they had iPhones, and Apple encrypts their phones in a way that no one can break into them, not even Apple.
Yeah.
And so the FBI went to Apple and was like, "Fuck you guys! Like, we really need to get into this phone for national security reasons." National security.
For your own security and safety.
And Apple was like, "Nah, dude."
That's
Probably-
it.
Yeah, they were like, "Nah, sorry.
Fuck.
Like, if we do this, if we unlock this phone, then it unlocks a whole can of worms with everyone saying their phone's not secure." So what they did is, the FBI was like, "All right, we're gonna sue you guys," and it went on for a couple of weeks, and then the FBI came out and they're like, "Nah, don't. We did it ourselves."
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Wait, so they just went and hacked Apple?
No, they
Wait.
didn't. Well, they didn't hack Apple. They found a way to get into the phone.
Okay.
They were like, "Yeah, we don't need so like drop the court case. It's all right now."
Fuck.
But I don't actually know if they did, because a lot of people think they had no chance with the court case, and the FBI, obviously it's a government organization,
Yeah.
but if they knew they had no chance with the court case, and then they didn't want to look weak and not very powerful, what would they do? Do you think they would lie about?
Who's this? Apple? Do you think
No,
Apple?
do you think the FBI would be like, "Let's just tell them we got in there because we have no hope trying to get in ourselves, and we have no hope suing them because everyone knows we're not going to win. It's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we need to come out on top here."
So do you reckon they just faked the fact that they got in?
Yeah, well, I don't know, obviously, but that would be interesting.
Put on your tinfoil hat, guys. We're going
Well,
deep.
I just don't know, like, how can they go for weeks? I don't
Yeah.
know. Obviously, I know fuck all about the situation. anyway.
About like
So
actually
it's-
unlocking it.
Yeah, this is a very uneducated view on it. But obviously,
This is the uneducated podcast. Anyway.
I just think if they were a bunch of old white dudes sitting in a room, and they're
Which
like,
they probably are.
they're like, "Fuck, the people don't respect us anymore, man. We got fucking Apple. That dude, we got the turtleneck of corporations, man." These
Literally
guys,
the scumbags of like all corporations.
these guys got
calling you out.
bullied in high school, and now they're pinning us up against the wall and making us look like chumps.
When really Apple are like the absolute dogs, yeah, in the whole.
Well, look, do you think they're dogs? Do you think they're doing the wrong thing?
With like what, all of their manufacturing and stuff like that? Or?
No, with the encryption on the phone and
Oh.
not letting the FBI in.
Nah, they're doing the good bloke thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A matter of national security. How often does that get thrown around and like
Yeah.
laws passed? Yeah, it's a matter of national security, guys. That's fucking. We need
Well,
to arrest everyone.
If there was ever a situation where you'd break your encryption law and actually like open up your lines, whatever, that national security is probably like top on the list of that. Like if there was ever a time to go, should probably
Oh yeah,
unencrypt
but
it.
there's definitely different levels of national security.
Yeah.
There's a difference
absolutely.
between fucking 9/11 and a couple dudes with a gun.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
But yeah, you look at. I mean, people forget probably because they never lived through it. But the measures that we went to around World War One and Two, to like, have you seen government propaganda posters?
Oh, from that era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the one,
Absolutely.
they encourage everyone to ride share because petrol was very scarce.
Yeah.
So they would have posters. You could probably find this one.
Yeah.
They would have posters.
Was this in America?
Yeah. Of saying, if you ride with no one, you ride with Hitler or something like that. And there's like a silhouette of Hitler in the car with this dude driving his car. Yeah. So,
Holy
yeah, like you ride
shit.
by yourself, you ride with Hitler.
Oh
Try
my
and find it there.
god.
It's so surreal. It's very surreal. And at that same time, they
Yeah,
had,
no, here it is. I don't know if I'll get a picture up into the podcast, but yeah, when you ride alone, you ride with Hitler. And then there's in white silhouette, it's like an outline of Hitler in the passenger seat riding shotgun.
yeah. What's the dude look like in the front?
White dude. He's got like a fedora,
Yeah.
but a cool fedora. Purple suit, green tie.
Definitely a white dude. It was not going to be a black or a female. Let's be real. It wasn't going to
Pretty
be
sure-
a
I'm pretty
black
sure
dude.
Men were the only ones allowed to drive back then, weren't they? Nah, I don't
Well,
think
even
so.
if women were legally allowed to drive, they weren't.
They wouldn't put one in there.
Yeah, they
Alongside
taking the
Hitler.
risk. Yeah.
And then it says, join a car sharing club today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to wonder, like, people, no one ever thinks about that, but if a war was to go down, would that type of stuff happen again today?
Hitler, and here's another one. Hitler rides in the empty seat. Double up.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, that is very... Because everyone had, like, petrol tokens, basically. I was reading a story. It was in Hunter S. Thompson's book. He was talking about how when he was a child, his parents would go to his grandma's house, and they didn't really like his grandma.
Yeah.
But they would visit her anyway, so they could steal her petrol tokens.
Oh,
He's
shit.
like, you really need those petrol tokens. Come on, you don't go anywhere. You're old as fuck. Here's the petrol tokens. And they used to steal her tokens for more petrol.
Fuck. Crazy times. It makes you think that would all of the stuff that happened in World War One and World War Two happen today if like World War Three broke out?
In terms of like propaganda.
In terms of like propaganda, yeah.
and laws passed.
Mm.
No.
I don't think people are as susceptible to like this kind of propaganda. It's sort of like
Oh, I think you'd be very surprised, man. I mean, you put people up against the wall. You
Mm.
look at France right now.
Yeah.
So France, before there was a very big terrorist epidemic, I'm not sure if you'd call that. You'd probably call it that.
yeah.
Before there was a big terrorist epidemic, they had very left parties in power. So they would have very liberal, not even classical liberal, but very like socially liberal.
Yeah.
And after lots of refugees flooded in, you
Yeah.
see like the Paris attacks that happened a couple
Yeah.
months ago. They have, I don't know if they're in power yet. They were looking, last time I looked, they were just about to be elected, man. They were leading the polls by a huge amount. But it was this very hard right conservative party who was like, fuck refugees, basically. They were like, fuck
Yeah.
refugees. Let's look after our own people, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
like that's what happens when you push. These are
Yeah.
the same people that voted for that like socially liberal
Yeah.
party.
Exactly.
But their backs
They
get
switched.
pushed up against the wall, and like I don't know. There's certain things that happen, man, and I guess you
Well-
wouldn't know how you'd react until you're in the situation.
Well, the sort of same thing happened in Germany to the rise of Hitler. Like after World War One, after World War One, Germany got absolutely fucked over with the land that they were given, and heaps to the territory they had was like just taken off of them.
yeah, and
and
they
given
weren't
away,
allowed
yeah.
military and stuff.
Yeah, and
What happened with the land?
They got I don't know of exact countries, but a lot of it like
Oh, with Austria.
yeah, I can't remember
Austria,
exact names
Hungary.
now, but yeah, there were a lot of like
Because they
countries.
split those countries up,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there was Austria-Hungary, which
Yeah.
is one country.
Yeah.
That's where Hitler invaded.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because he was from there. Hey, he's
Yeah.
Austrian.
I'm very sketchy on my Hitler
Yeah, I don't,
facts.
we don't want to talk
Anyway,
about it.
but my point was that after like the war, that like Germany was just shattered, and
Yeah.
like the solution was the extremism,
Yeah, well,
which is
man, they have such a proud history. Like, you look at the Prussian history, and it is just full of like militaristic might. Like, these dudes
Yeah.
are warriors, man.
yeah,
You look at their culture, like Dan Carlin talks about it in Hardcore History, where
great podcast.
they have this history of just military power, like manly, like you serve the state,
yeah,
like you go to work for the state.
yeah,
And like you don't really have that in Australia
Yeah,
or
no.
the US because they have a very anti-authority
yeah,
or authoritarian culture. But in Germany, or before Germany was formed and it was like different Prussian tribes, they had very like service state.
yeah,
It isn't for us, dude. It's for the state.
dude.
And so after World War One, they took away their military, and these guys, after so long
yeah,
of being just so powerful, they're not
Yeah.
allowed a military. And then some dude like Hitler rises up
Yeah.
and just unites the people, and is like, "Fuck these guys! Have you seen these planes?"
yeah. Well, after World War One, everyone on the front line thought they still had some fight left in them. They're like, "Why are we fucking surrendering
Really?
right now?" Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of that was gave way to World War Two.
Yeah, it's a very crazy thinking about how things could be so different if Hitler had. I mean, because
Mm.
he looked like he was in up
Yeah.
until the very last few.
If you ever watch World War Two in color, that documentary series, a lot of the times, like the commentator will say, and this was Hitler's biggest
Yeah.
mistake. Like he'll
Yeah,
say
like,
that
this is
4 or
where he
5 times.
fucked up.
Yeah, like there's a lot of points along the way where he fucked up.
And you can track him down because before that he looks
Yeah.
pretty well off.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the presenter in that kind of talks about how Hitler goes a bit crazy, really.
Yeah.
Like,
And invades Russia in the winter. Like what the fuck?
yeah, dude.
when they're
The
only prepared.
Russians in that battle, how will the civilians get out and start like digging trenches? Oh my
You would though,
gosh.
wouldn't you? You
Oh,
would.
yeah.
Absolutely. Like imagine if someone like came into your suburb.
Could you imagine, like, being like a citizen? Imagine if Australia. I guess we can't. It's not a very good example because
Yeah,
we're
'cause-
sea locked.
Yeah.
Imagine if Queensland was about to be invaded by New South Wales.
Fucking classic.
Okay, so
Fucking dogs.
so
We beat you 8 times in a row. Get over it, cunts.
yeah, so we're pretty close to the border.
Yeah.
So we go down and we get to the border, and we're there and we're all hanging out, and
Yeah.
we have guns and stuff
Wait, as civilians, non-trained.
as
military.
civilians. Or even if you're close to the border, what would you do? Like, would you stay here knowing that it's pretty close? These New South Wales dudes, they just fucked up South Australia. They have a pretty big army. Western Australia was nothing. There's like 4 dudes and a dingo that live there. Northern Territory, they already killed each other because the crime stats are 1,000% higher than everywhere else. So they took care of themselves. South Australia was a bit of a fight, but Western Australia, there was like 4 dudes and a dingo. And the dingo killed 2 of them, so there was only 2 guys and a dingo. And then New South Wales get here, and you're like, well, we'll probably die
So-
anyway. So,
so
you
you're on
may
the
as well
front line.
fight. You're on
Do
the
you-
front line.
I'm
You're
on the
not very proud of being Queensland, but like that's where everyone lives. So you're just like, we got to
Look,
fight them anyway.
in that situation, I run 9 times out of 10.
Would you?
Yeah.
Are you
Fuck that.
serious?
Yeah, I run.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no way.
I don't
I'm
think
not-
you would.
I'm not fighting there. No.
If there was a world war, would you join the army?
No.
What would you do?
Just stay at home.
No, come on.
Or just touch
Honestly.
my nuts.
Honestly.
If there was an actual world war, depends what the situation was. Who we
Okay.
were fighting, how close it was
Um,
to home. If it was like World War II when like Japan started like making its way through Papua New Guinea,
Yeah, and like they're
I'd-
about to get to.
I'd jump up there. Yeah,
Would you?
yeah.
Yeah.
But if it was like some conflict in Europe or someone's invading America, I'd be
Oh
like,
yeah.
nah,
No,
fuck
you wouldn't
that.
fight if, dude.
fuck
You're
that.
American brothers.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I
The
wouldn't
same
join. Would not
people
join, no.
who gave you fuck Apple. The same
Apple.
people who gave you encryption laws. Dude, America is the greatest country
Look,
on earth.
Look, don't get me wrong. I don't want them to lose. I'm just not gonna die for it.
Yeah, well, not saying you'll die for it, but you might lose a limb or something.
And just come back a completely different person.
Dude, I saw a study. Sorry, this is very way off.
No, that's all right.
I saw a study, and it was, I don't know if it was a real study. It was probably some shitty like sidewalk survey, but it was talking about what people would do to not give up the internet, and it was so fucking funny. I think, dude, Google it.
All right.
Google survey of what people will give to not lose the internet. It's very recent.
What would you not? What would you not give
So, would you give a finger?
to not lose the internet completely?
Yeah. No, if you don't give a finger, you never see the internet ever again. You are disconnected forever.
But everyone else gets it.
Yep.
Which finger?
One of your choosing.
I would lose my left pinky finger.
Yep. No, that's exactly what I was like. I was like, fuck yeah, I lose. I don't need all these fingers. You greedy motherfucker.
Oh.
I need all these fingers, man. Come on. Yeah, dude. There was a very surprising percentage who said they would give up love. They would give up love to keep the internet. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then I was like, wait a second.
Would
It
you-
is the internet. Maybe this isn't so
So
crazy.
you can date people, but you'll just never be able to feel that. You'll never be able to feel love.
You're on, you have autism, basically. No, well, that's really what it is. They don't
Yeah.
feel love.
Yeah, well, you're a
So-
psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might. Well, I guess what do you class as love?
That's a whole podcast series in itself. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. I can't find the survey, dude.
Are you
Oh wait, that
serious?
29% of respondents would rather lose a finger
Yeah.
than broadband connection to the web. 29%. That's so low.
I saw more.
That's very
Click
low.
on that. Click on
According to Beta News,
that. Beta news. Is that real?
I think they just took that. A third of people would rather lose a finger than internet connection, and that's all it says. That is actually
That's
lower
low.
than what I
But
thought it would be.
You got under age bracket because there's people
Yeah.
who have lived without the internet.
And this,
That's
the
fucked up.
picture for the article is just some dude with his middle finger out and just some scissors in between the second knuckle.
Wow, dude, I would have given a finger after I've seen that. That was very real. That was touching. I gotta find this, man. Of what people would,
Yeah. How far would you go?
I would give up a finger. Not
Would
even
you
a question.
2 fingers? How many fingers? How many fingers are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, do you ever have that one high school teacher that was missing a finger, or primary school?
Yeah. Or how
Yeah.
that thing at birth when they're like their fingers get one hand get weird.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
And you know how you see that teacher and you're like you hear it and you're like, fuck, it's pretty cool. And then you see it and you're like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, that guy's a freak. Do not go near that guy. And if it's on my right hand, then you can say goodbye to shaking people's hands forever.
Yeah. I think I would lose maximum. At this point, I'm not losing any more fingers.
Anymore. You said that like you've already lost a finger.
Ring
Any more fingers.
on my left hand, my ring finger
Yeah.
and my pinky, and then my right hand pinky,
Okay.
and that's
Dude,
it.
how did you not find this article?
What did you look up?
You are the worst
What did you look up?
sound guy ever.
What did you look up?
Survey of what people would give up for the internet.
I said survey for what people will give to not lose the internet. Okay, see, different wording.
You are the worst. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice infograph. Okay, so males, what do you think it is? Males versus females. What percentage
I'd
of
say-
males would cut off their own finger for the internet?
I want to say 25%.
35.9.
Okay.
What percentage of females? More or less?
I reckon it's gonna be more.
Okay, what do you think it is?
I reckon about 45%.
22.6.
Yeah.
Less. Significantly less. Okay.
Maybe,
Oh,
no.
dude.
My theory is maybe that men is more because of the amount of porn on the internet. It's got to be
Yeah,
right.
okay, that's at least a couple of percent goes that way. Dude, this is crazy.
What hit me?
A
hit me.
third said they would ditch their sense of taste. I wouldn't. I didn't think I could do that.
Look, I'm personally not connected to food that much. You know how some people like listen to music, but they're not really into it. They watch movies, not really into it.
Yeah.
I eat food. I'm not really into it. You know, some people just love
What?
food, like love food. You know what I mean?
I love food.
Like I enjoy a good meal, but I can't. You know, I just don't have that. I just don't have that like passion for it. You know.
I think there's a really good Onion article that illustrates my what food is to me.
Yeah.
It was, I'm gonna butcher it, but it was like, Local. Oh no, maybe it was area man gives up. No, area man starts taking food in lunchbox to give up what little pleasure he had during the day. like it's the last pleasure you have. Like going to get some Maccas on your lunch break or something. And then you start packing lunch. It's like, fuck, what do I have now?
Nothing to look forward to.
All right, so nearly 20% of people
20%.
said they would give up love.
Oh,
Oh my god,
that is.
I
that
hope
is
aliens never
surprisingly
see
high.
this survey.
Look, honestly, I would. Yeah, 3 fingers, taste maybe. Third one, love, nah.
Would you let a stranger die? You'll never meet the stranger.
Fuck no, dude.
This stranger
Fuck
lives in a
that.
first world country. I don't know why that's relevant. Please don't hate me. Lives in a first world country. Has
There'd be
a
less-
very healthy life. Will live to 80 years old, and will have a fulfilling life.
I'm not killing that guy.
You're not killing him.
No.
So you give up your internet connection.
Yeah, because every time in all movies, I don't know if this happens in movies, but this is probably like this would be a classic storytelling, trope. I think trope's a word. Anyway,
interesting.
They say it's a random person, and then bam, like your uncle or some shit.
Nah, okay, it's guaranteed to not be your uncle or anyone you know or will ever meet.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could live with myself. Can you imagine just like every time you like pull up some porn or some shit, and you're just there like, I killed a guy for this.
Yeah,
And there's ways around the internet, like you just get read books and shit. It's not the same.
it's never the same.
But also living your life knowing you haven't killed someone is also the same.
Yep. Okay. What do you think? Oh, wow. Wow. That's interesting.
Hit me, dude.
Oh, no,
I'm
that's
here.
not interesting. So, age range 18 to 20
Ah, okay.
year olds, 71.1% said
Yeah.
they would not give up the internet to save a stranger's life.
Oh.
71%.
Oh
I guess it's
my
different when you're saving their
God.
life rather than killing them. Like if they're going to die.
Oh, not save a life.
Yeah.
But
But okay, if they have like cancer or something,
that's different, dude.
would you not save a life?
Oh, dude. Well,
Damn. You're saying,
dude.
but okay, you are implying that they are meant to die. But if this changes anything, you're implying that they were meant to die.
Yeah,
in the first place.
everyone dies. I don't think I could do it. No.
You couldn't give up the internet.
If they were like, okay, 75 plus, yeah. 75 down, nah. I wouldn't. do
Okay,
it.
so if they're over 75
75,
years old,
Yeah.
oh fuck them. They've had their fun, dude. They lived through Hitler. Yeah, fuck them if they're over. Dude, seriously,
They've had
over
their fun.
75, man. Come on. I agree. 100% agree.
Like, even if I was an over 75-year-old, I'd be like, yeah, no, sacrifice me. That's fair enough.
oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my. Only 35% said they would give up the internet if doing so would allow them to cure cancer. This cannot be real. That's very ridiculous.
No
That's not real. Do you reckon
You-
it's...
Didn't have. Oh, dude. you
That's
have-
not real.
That's no way that stat is.
That's
real.
HuffPost.
That's Huffington Post. dude.
Yeah, that's Huffington Post.
Fuck. 30%.
Dude.
Could you
that's
imagine? Could
fucked
you imagine?
up. I would definitely
imagine
give
if-
up the internet.
Could you imagine if the catch for that was like they got cancer or some shit? And they were
that
like,
would be
oh
so
god
fucking
damn it.
sweet. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, it would. It'd be like, fuck you. You had a chance to cure like the biggest disease in the world.
No, but I don't think people are answering that because if you think about the percentage that would save a stranger, that's very disproportionate to the percentage that. So I feel like they've picked and chosen the age range maybe because the percentage that would save a stranger's life was much
Yes.
higher than the percentage that would cure cancer, which is ridiculous because curing cancer, you're saving millions of people's lives.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how good those statistics are. We should do our own study on that.
That would be a very interesting study.
Yeah.
Dude, who is... Oh, that's Sam. Yeah, that would be so interesting, man. I don't know. Maybe it's different when you confront it very quickly.
Maybe.
On the
You're on
street.
the spot. Everyone's
Yeah.
just ticking no or some shit. I
Yeah.
wonder how many people they surveyed. Do you know what really shits me
2,000.
off? Oh, 2,000. Do you know what really shits me off when like you're reading like a journal article from something like Huffington Post or like
Like a report or like a
yeah,
legitimate
like a report,
scientific journal
like a
article?
report, and they drop some stat, and you're like, oh, cool, and they just don't mention a source.
Oh,
It's just like, where did you get
Dude,
that
citations
statistic
needed.
from? Yeah, please, like you're
Yeah.
You're literally writing for like one of the biggest news corporations in the world, and you're not even like referencing your stats.
Yeah, it's. I think it's because they twist the stats.
Yeah.
I mean, that 35% that wouldn't cure cancer.
Yeah.
Not that it's justification or if it's any less fucked up,
Yeah.
but I'd say that's probably 18 to 21-year-olds,
Yeah.
which is still fucked up.
Yeah.
You can't deny that it's less fucked up because they're young and naive.
That's still very fucked up.
Oh, it's still so fucked up, man.
What would you do to give up? What would you not do to give up the internet? What's the thing? What would you give up?
What would I give up? Like hobby wise?
Yeah. Would you give up your motorbike for the internet?
Yeah. Yeah, I could buy another one.
No. Like
Forever.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't ride a motorbike
Yeah.
forever.
Nah, I'd give up the internet. I mean, no, I wouldn't give up I would give up the motorbike, sorry. I would keep the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah,
man.
better than the motorbike, absolutely.
I always find it hilarious. I don't know whether I heard this from a comic but imagine if aliens came to Earth.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, or even if you told this to people that lived like 500 years ago, like some
Yeah.
really curious motherfucker, like a Greek philosopher who was
Yeah.
wondering about like planets. And they were like, yeah, so what's some guys there just hanging out. He's like, wow, it's a really comfy couch. And he like sits back and he's like, just hanging out, maybe drinking a bit of tea. And then this dude pulls out like an iPhone 5 and he pulls it out and like the Greek philosopher's like, what do you got in your hand there? He's like, oh, this is just a phone. Just one of those phones, like it's just touch. He's like, yeah, what are you looking at? It's like, oh, I just got this Safari. I just Google stuff on it. And he's like, what's Google? And the dude's like, yeah, well, basically, if you want to know anything, you just type it in and it tells you. And the dude's like,
And he's freaking out.
wow.
He's freaking
Dude,
out, right?
you must know everything. Holy fuck. Dude, like, what don't you know?
Like,
you know everything.
you
And the dude's
literally
like,
have every piece of information you can ever imagine.
yeah.
Or at least 99% of it at your fingertip.
Yeah, and the kid's like, yeah, I guess it's...
Yeah, have you
It's pretty
yeah.
crazy. You see this video of the dude who sticks a pipe up his asshole? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You should see how much his asshole expands. Oh, dude, I didn't even know it was possible for an asshole to expand that far. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, come and think of it. It's yeah, we probably should use it better. Like the dude's there like, wow, what don't you do with this?
He's just sitting there watching like a 40-minute compilation of fails, like just dudes falling off their
Oh,
bike.
those dudes in high school who would sit on their laptop and
Just watch
watch
compilation
fail videos of cunts falling over.
after compilation.
I did not get it. I was always a special kind of guy.
Look, don't lie to me, dude. How many hours of Vine compilations have you watched all up?
Okay, I've watched a few Vine compilations. I went through a stage when I first discovered Vines, like a year and a bit
back
ago.
when they were okay.
And I just used to watch them for fucking so long. It
They'd be
might
like-
even have been when I was still in grade 12. And I would just sit there and just look, like Mr. Out, my geography teacher would be at
Yeah.
the front. And I would be losing my shit.
They were literally the length of movies. It would be like an hour 20. Of,
And all of it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the odd one they've thrown in there because they got some tits or something.
yeah.
But like, oh my god, that shit is
Back
golden.
Vine back in the day was, I dare say, like the greatest video sharing website. Like at its peak, it was the greatest.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think you have this thing, and I think everyone that was on it knew what it was for. Like,
Yeah.
they were there first, so they knew how to use it.
yeah.
And then once everyone finds out about it, it's
Yeah.
like you got like teenage girls uploading them lip syncing a song or some
Yeah.
shit. It's like, fuck off.
But it's kind of like an art almost, how like they can fucking tell a story in 7
Yeah.
seconds.
Well, I heard this dude was the creator of YouTube. His name's Chad something. His name's Chad though, and he had this podcast. He had this podcast with this dude named Kevin. Fuck, it's the podcast is called Foundations.
Chad Hurley. That's his
Chad
name.
Hurley, and this dude named Kevin, he's an entrepreneur, and he
Yeah.
has this podcast, and they're talking about Vine, and
Foundation.
Chad Hurley was just like, I think it's good because when people post stuff on the internet, they mull over like what they're gonna post.
Yeah.
And when you only have 7 seconds, they're like, fuck, do something quick. And it's always like so pure and honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, quick. But it's
That's
crazy.
true.
Like, if you were to tell someone 8 years ago and you
Yeah.
were like, all right,
There's
in
gonna
a
be a
couple of
platform.
years, or like, I just want to create this thing, man. It's like YouTube, except all the videos are 7 seconds long. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, everyone would think you're crazy
Yeah.
because it is a crazy idea.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But I don't know why it worked.
Yeah. No, neither do I. Well, I guess
Well-
if you go back in time and you had this list, they were like, oh, everyone just post whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. It's not guaranteed funny, but there's no dull moments. Like, when you're watching a YouTube video, it's meant to be hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's just like, even if it's like a minute long, you're already skipping, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You are just skipping forward.
Dude.
Everything I do in life, I cannot watch a YouTube video under 2 times speed. It's always 2 times speed, man. I just can't. It's like, and you turn
Do you
it off
reckon-
and you're like, why are you talking so slow? I don't know, fucking all day. And then I spend like half an hour on Instagram or some shit.
You listen to a lot of rap though, but I reckon Vine has a lot to do with that. The short attention span.
Fine, you reckon?
It's just
Well,
so
I
like
think
quick,
Vine-
quick. Well, maybe not the cause of it, but it definitely like.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's so good, because
Mm.
before you can say this is fucking shit, it's over. And then
Yeah.
you got another one coming. That's why they're so easy
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you.
It was that whole website was built on the short attention span of people.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. And then who bought it? I think Facebook bought it.
Oh, did they? Fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, Facebook bought it for some ridiculous amount.
I'll look it up.
Same with Instagram. Facebook
Yeah.
are making moves, man.
They're taking up the whole social media game.
Will it ever end? Like, will it? Honestly.
Social media.
No, Facebook. I don't think it will. They're too on the money.
Yeah, they're too good.
I mean, people say, oh, but MySpace fell. But MySpace
MySpace
didn't have
fell.
teams
No.
of people.
No, MySpace fell because Facebook came up. That's the reason why MySpace fell.
You think?
Yeah.
Or was it ready to fall anyway?
No, I don't know. Was it destined? I wasn't on MySpace much.
I wasn't. I had an account, but I mainly used it to, like, talk to this girl.
Oh,
I was
nice.
tuning, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, you know how you could post. I remember you could post updates, like
Yeah.
how you feeling.
Yeah.
I used to do those all the time.
Was
feeling
she in your top? Was she in
happy.
your top friends list?
I don't remember the top friends.
Yeah,
Probably
like
though.
top 8 friends. I was like, dude, my sisters use MySpace, and that fucking top
Oh
8
yeah,
friends.
you pull them out and put them in.
Yeah, that was holy shit. Would that cause so many fucking fights in high
Yeah.
school? Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like high school girls being able to rate their friends from 1 to 8
It's
or 1 to
like-
16
Oh,
or 1 to
that's
4.
fucked, man.
Yeah.
No, Facebook had that for a while, didn't
Did
they?
they? I don't remember that
Smith has
feature.
a video on Facebook, and I swear
I don't remember that feature.
maybe he has a
I
video.
think no.
on
There
MySpace.
was. I think there was friends on the side of your page that were like you interacted with most or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's gone through so many updates. I can't remember.
Yep. It's very fascinating how things like Facebook rebrand constantly to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I see it in dog food, believe it or not. Dog food, I swear to God, I work in a pet shop, and dog food will rebrand themselves to stay relevant. They will just update.
That's it.
They'll update the whole package and obviously spend lots of money on it
Yeah.
because people are just so fucked up. They will like,
Well, nah.
this new shiny thing.
Well, I think it's just because people are constantly changing, and expecting better things. You know.
Yeah. Of everything except themselves. It's so. Yeah, it's true though. It's true.
It's true.
The people that come into work, this fat bitch, I don't know, some fat bitch named Martha, she walks up to the counter, she's like, you got, got this in stock? Let me just have a look. Nah, it doesn't look like we do. Where am I meant to get it now?
Oh god. Like it's your fault. Fuck, that makes my.
I really need it. All right. Might be not getting my business for a while.
Oh.
And they spend 10 minutes to walk out the door. The automatic doors open and close before they get out. They go through like 4 cycles.
And they're acting like it's your responsibility to have that product for her ready to go.
And I'm always really good about it. Like, oh, fuck, I'll look up the road. I'll look at any store. I'll call them if you like. And they're like,
Yeah. Like you just.
all right. Guess you don't have it.
Oh god. Dude, right. So this chick came in. She bought a original 3DS XL.
Yep. Good choice.
During the toy sale.
Fuck the new 3DS XL.
And it was super cheap. Anyway, it breaks.
It
It broke. Yeah, I don't know how.
How? What
I don't
broke?
know. I think the screen just froze or something.
That's
But
fucked up.
she
Dude, what?
yeah, well, we gave her a refund.
Yeah.
So she
I
comes
know,
back.
I'm just surprised on Nintendo's
Yeah, like-
behalf. Who create? That's a very...
Oh, like everything breaks, like occasionally.
Oh, I guess.
Anyway,
I guess.
so
yeah.
she brings it back. We give her a full refund for the 3DS. She got a couple of games with it, but
Yep.
part of the bundle. But we reimburse her for the 3DS. Anyway, she comes over to me, and I'm like, "Oh, we don't stock those anymore. They're the old stock. We have the new one in here. It's 250. She had a coupon for 130.
So
It's
she bought
$250.
her old one for 130.
Well, it was part of the deal. So the 3DS only came to 130.
Oh,
And,
I know what's gonna happen.
And then
I'm so sorry to hear. Dude.
I was like, we only have the new one. There's nothing we can do. And then she's just like, nah, this can't. Like she felt like she was getting ripped off. She's like,
Okay, and that's kind of... I can see where she's coming from, because to her,
yeah,
the features on the new one doesn't mean shit. She's
Yeah,
probably buying it for
exactly.
a 6-year-old kid.
yeah, exactly. But she just didn't understand that we couldn't, like, it wasn't our fault that we don't stock it anymore. It wasn't our fault that the new one's come out. It's broken. We've done as much as we could for her.
Yeah.
And she still wasn't happy,
Yeah.
And like I even rang my manager. We did 10% off like the new one, but she still wasn't happy with
What
it.
was she like in the end? Like,
Should
grabbing
we?
a bag
Well,
real quick and
luckily
walking?
I finished, so I just walked off and left
Oh,
Jimmy.
fuck yeah.
And someone else
Fuck yeah.
else looked after her while she was calling customer service to try and get one sent in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People just feel so entitled.
I had something similar like that happen where we ran this special and you got 20% off a full priced item.
Yep.
And this lady had bought something during the week. I think it was a week-long thing. She bought something during the week.
Yep.
And a couple of weeks later, and I served her when she originally bought it. She came back when I was on.
Yep.
And she was like, yeah, I bought this. It was still in the package. And she's like, yeah, I bought this, but I don't want it anymore. I was like, all right, yeah, we'll just refund it.
Yep.
And then she went to go buy something else. And she was like, why don't I get 20% off this? And I was like,
Was the ad still on?
no, it was weeks old.
Ah.
And it was one full priced item. You bought it, bitch, and you returned it. So fuck you. Anyway, so she's like, why don't I get 20% off? And I was like, well, sorry, but like it was one item and it
Yeah.
was weeks ago. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, well, actually, it was you. Like this was your item. Sorry.
Yeah.
And she freaked the fuck out. But I was like, I'm following
Wait,
procedure.
so you refunded her the exact
Yeah.
amount that she paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she came back and wanted to buy something else and was like, well, I want to use my 20% off on this because I technically returned the 20% as well. And well, it's like, nah, it's not really how it works.
It's not, eh? It's
And-
not. It's just not.
And she seemed fine. This was fucked up. She was like, oh, okay, all right. And I didn't even think she was mad. And then she rang up about me and complained. And my manager was like, yeah, dude, like, it's all right. Like, you did the right thing, but if she seemed mad, you probably should have just done it for her. And I was like, yeah, but she didn't really seem mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, what? And people will come in. They text out coupons, and they will come in. They'll show me the coupon,
Yeah.
and it will have in bold letters like expires here,
Yeah.
and that'll be like 3 weeks ago, and you're like, it says it's expired, dude. Like, you can see that. Don't fuck with me. And then they'll be like, oh, you've always got an excuse, haven't you? There's always something, and it's like, well, yeah.
No.
Shut
Oh, dude, that makes my blood boil.
It's like when we were at JB Hi-Fi. So we were at JB Hi-Fi, and I was purchasing headphones, and this dude who works there, he's a bit
Was
of a
this today?
shark. No, this is a story I'm telling with you involved. I'm sure you know
Oh,
that.
you are no. This is the biggest dog
Okay,
story.
Dan, can you just?
This
no,
is
no,
alright.
no, no,
Let me just frame the story. Let me just frame the story. That this is the moment that I realized that Luke was not to be trusted in any situation, and he will throw you under the bus at
Only
any
for public
opportunity he
amusement.
gets. Okay, continue.
Okay, so we're at JB
fucking
Hi-Fi.
dog.
I'm innocently purchasing a new pair of headphones. And-
Sennheiser HD 180s, I think. We got them on right now.
Okay,
yeah.
so, and I'm talking to this. He works there, and he's pretty tall, like a bit of a shark. He's like a pretty good salesman. And he'll do whatever he can. Anyway, they obviously earn commission, and Dan's with me, and it's pretty obvious I'm the one buying, and Dan's just tagging along. Anyway, so I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, so I might even have been ordering them. I don't know. No, I was purchasing them.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, so you want this one? No, I had put an order in. And he was looking in the book. And he was like, all right, so this one? I was like, yeah, man, that's it. And he was like, okay. All right. And Dan's at the back, and everything's silent. And he's like, is that the best price you can do on those?
Oh, no.
And I was a bit taken back. I was like, yeah, what a Jew. I think I called you a Jew. I was like, what a Jew. And he's like, some people. He looked at me, he's like, some people. And I was like, oh man, I get it. And I even get it. And I work at a pet shop, dude. I don't know how you feel. And me and him just like
and then
bonded
he starts
over
going
this
on.
mutual understanding.
And then he just starts going on, like full on, like indirectly laying into me, like, yeah, I just don't like it. People feel so entitled to get discounts. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He was like, he basically said, like, some fucking people have just way too much nerve. And Dan was there the whole time, and me and him were just like,
Yeah,
I know how you feel, bro.
One, I got Luke a discount. Two,
Was it worth the discount, Dan?
Two, it's very well known that JB Hi-Fi does discounts. Three, that's the fucking reason. That's the fucking reason I go to JB Hi-Fi. And four, I got Luke a discount, and he fucking called me out for it. You owe me $30.
Look, man, I do what I can.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, dude. You ever had you're at a retail store, and the people behind the counter are way too casual. Like when I was you did it to me at BCF, so fuck you. Tell that story.
That was
you
payback.
dog.
Oh, I can't remember how it went. Oh no, you were being a bit of a dog.
No.
So we go into BCF. Luke's getting an esky for his car, the one that sits in the middle, to keep his
It was basically
tinnies
a
cool.
center console.
Center console, sorry, to keep his tinnies cool. Anyway, we get the thing. We go up to the counter. We're paying for it, and this guy just goes, "Oh, are you a BCF member?" And Luke goes, "Oh, nah, but my mate is. Is it cool if like I just use his name?" And the guy was like, "Oh, you better check with him first."
And I was like, nah, it'll be cool.
Yeah. And then you were like, "Oh, wait, no, don't worry about it. I'll just sign up. What do you get?" And the guy's listening. What he gets, he's like, you get emails, you get promotion, discounts.
We give you a handshake when you walk through the door.
You become a dedicated member. You may even get a feature on a BCF That's Living ad. It's great. You should sign up. And he does like a full 5-minute spiel. Luke seems really interested.
For it. He wore a special membership hat for the spiel.
Luke's looking really interested right now. I think I'm prepared for him to sign up. A couple more minutes, and Luke just goes, "Oh no, I'm good, thanks." And then I forget what happens from there, but pretty much.
And then he turned to the bitch next to him, and what did he say? He was like, "Fuck."
Oh no. He then after that the price, it was $250 for the thing, and he was like, "All right, that'll be $270, thanks." And then you were like, "Oh, wasn't it $250?" And then the guy was like, "Nah, but for you it's $270."
And he said it so seriously, and I was like, "Oh." And then he turned. He turned to the chick he works with, and they like high-fived or some shit. I was like, "What are you doing?"
For calling you out for being like a shit customer or something.
Yeah, I probably was a shit customer.
You were.
I didn't mean it.
Nah, it was cool.
He was a dog to start with.
Yeah, that was absolutely dog for to turn to your customer and like high five. Yeah, you fucking wrecked that guy.
I felt so segregated. I felt like I didn't know. I wish I said something about going Anaconda. Imagine if I just left it there, dude. I was like, I don't want it. I just walked out.
Dude, well, we could have gone to Anaconda because they had a display there, but they couldn't find the power cord for it. But
these fucking dudes.
Yeah, that's happened to us before. But they couldn't find. We're looking at the same thing. We're keen for the display. They did like 10% off
because they only had the display.
And they just couldn't find the power cord for it. And
I was about to like it was a fair bit, like 100, it was 200 and something, maybe it was 100 and something.
Yeah,
and they're just like, yeah, sorry, man. And I was like, oh well, it doesn't have, because its main feature is to plug into a cigarette lighter and cool it, but I didn't want that. And I was like, look, man, I'm only really using it for a center console. If you don't want to include that, like what discount is like 10%, and I was like, dude, It's like selling me a bike without wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
That's its main function.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're gonna give me 10% off.
Like, Ted said, if that's what it was, I was like, we'll just mark it down huge
Oh,
amounts.
Dude, 50. Come on, give me 50. It
And
doesn't
then-
have the cord.
But then we found out the power cord was actually just in the Esky itself.
well, we didn't know it. We didn't
know at the time, but after we
But
found that
we
at
didn't.
PCF.
We didn't end up 100% though. Like,
We'll
we had
never
a
know, dude.
theory.
We'll never know.
I wonder if it's still there.
We'll
I'll go
contemplate.
back.
We're contemplating going back. We have the theory that the power cord was in this little compartment, and we're going to go back, get the 15% off, take it, and hopefully it would still have the shit in it. Like,
What they would have
hopefully it'd
done-
still have the power cord in it.
They would have just
wouldn't have
ordered.
known. They wouldn't have known.
They would have just ordered that cord and
Oh,
then sold
yeah.
it full price. This dude's like, I don't really want to do that. And because it's a small enough business, he would've
Anaconda.
been- yeah. I don't think it's very franchisey.
Yeah, it's very franchisey.
Nah, I'm pretty sure
Anaconda.
they own it, man. It's like one of those franchises that's pretty much independently run.
Oh, okay. Like they're all.
it is a franchise,
shit,
but
yeah.
they run shit, not like Target.
Yeah, like a Big W or Kmart or some shit like that.
Yeah. How long have we been on?
45 mins.
Holy fuck. What time? Oh, have you got a phone charger around?
Yeah, dude. All right, I think we should wrap that up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Thirsty, thirsty,
Oh.
trying to choose. I need, I know I'm critical.
Ah!
My nitty
Ah!
Everyone get keen for Chance 3. Holy
Dude, Chance
shit.
3. I read a pretty reliable source that said before the end of the month.
Mm.
And look what date it
He's
is.
got some teasers. He posted some teasers on Instagram, I think it was. Or
When?
A while ago, a couple months ago.
Oh.
It sounded like fire, but it sounds like he's coming back to acid rap.
maybe. Oh, if he. Come on, man. I just want some outrageous satirical rap lines.
Yeah.
Dude, I want some ridiculous shit. I
Yeah.
want him to be so misogynist.
I want to hear a full song about Kanye
Oh,
and about like interactions with Kanye or some
oh,
shit.
dude, I want to hear a full song about blunts. I just want to hear a whole song, start to finish, about how much Chancellor Bennett loves smoking blunts. That's all I want to hear.
I want to hear a full song of just his ad lib.
Oh, dude.
If you guys listening, if anyone listens to this, I'll assume there's
Look, we can
someone
be
listening out there. If anyone's listening to this right now, and you're semi-interested in music, any kind of music, go and download Acid Rap right now. It's a free mixtape. Go and listen to it on YouTube. It will literally change your life.
So many people hate acid rap.
Yeah?
All my brothers hate acid rap.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think they like his voice, man.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it because I fucking love acid rap.
Acid Rap is honestly one of my favorite albums / mixtapes of all time. Absolutely.
It's
Top
just
5.
so good, start to finish. It's just. I
It's a-
remember first hearing it and I was just like, this shit cannot be real.
Yeah.
Like I'm blessed.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's just it blows your mind. I don't know. Pusha Man. I'm gonna play Pusha Man right now, but
Oh, good ass intro, Pusher Man. Oh,
Mm.
fucking chain smoker. That
Mm.
first verse, dude. I remember listening to that first verse and I was in bed. I was like going to sleep and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, how?
yeah.
Roll rage. Citizen damn ad lib. Always.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, check it out. It's honestly 10 out of 10 album. Check out 10 Day as well. Not as good, still very good.
We should do fucking hip hop mixtape reviews.
Absolutely.
That would be very interesting.
There's some guy on YouTube who does that though. What's his
Oh,
name?
fuck yeah.
Anthony Cantana.
How about easy?
Internet's busiest music nerd here. That's what that's his intro.
Is that what he called? Have you heard of DJ Academics?
Nah.
He's just this YouTuber and he posts on he posts like 10 times a day on like hip hop news.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, he does his catch that phrase. He's just like, hey, what's up, man? It's DJ Academics. And he'll be like, and shit, man. Yeah, he does it every time. And man, let me tell you, he posts the craziest shit though.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
he breaks the craziest stories.
We should get into that market and doing reviews and shit.
Yeah. Do we listen to enough hip hop?
I don't listen. These are the only like 2 albums I really
Are
listen
you
to. Acid Rap.
serious?
That's
Dude, I listen to enough hip hop. I think probably not like. It's very hard to get into underground shit when you don't live there.
Yeah. The problem with doing album reviews is as soon
No one
as
gives a fuck.
well, yeah, 1, no one gives a fuck. 2, as soon as you have an unpopular opinion, you just get downvoted to hell.
Yeah.
Like this guy who does music reviews, say he doesn't like one album. Like, if he doesn't like an album, it will just get tons of downvotes. Unless it's something like Yeezus or something, which is generally not received well.
Jesus. Dude, if Kanye's listening.
God, no, Kanye! I really liked Life of Pablo.
It's
I
growing on me.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the second half more than the first half.
There's a few times where it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you're going for. Yeah.
Top 3 tracks. Ultralight Beams.
Mm-hmm. In
Real-
order?
Yeah. Real Friends. 30 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 hours.
Absolutely.
Actually, in saying that, those are my top 3, but they're also my only 3 from the album.
Well, yeah. Me also. Yes.
I don't really like anything else.
Well, do you know that Chance was actually fighting for Waves? No, yeah, Waves to be on the album, which I don't like that song much at all.
Well, you can see where he's coming from because he also released. Chance has, I don't know, he doesn't have questionable things, but I feel like rappers go out of their way to be creative, and sometimes I just feel like just rap about hoes, weed, and money. All right, fucking stick to what you got at and fucking rap about it. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. I don't want to hear you fucking a whole fucking 4-minute song of production.
Pussy, marijuana.
That's pretty much what I want to hear. I want to hear Chance go back to some fucking
some real
classic
primal shit, right?
Dude, me plus you equals 3 sometime.
Oh,
one time it was 1 2 time.
Equals me plus you equals 3 sometime.
What's the one about? I got bitches on her knee, she a fiend for the D, even though she only hit 1 time.
Yeah.
And then it's 1 time that was 1 2 time because me plus you equals 3 sometime.
Crazy verse.
And now it's gonna be dad rapping like, I love my son. I love how he eats his food.
This is gonna be very strange for like anyone who doesn't know who Chance the Rapper is. Look at
I
it.
thought it was a fucking troll when he had that son. I was like, no, Chance.
What's that, Angels?
No, his son.
Oh, you thought it was a troll that he had a kid.
Yeah, I was like, no.
He's very
way.
young. He's only like mid-20s.
I was like, he didn't have a kid. Because, like, before that, I guess that was before Surf, though.
Yeah.
But,
Surf
like,
is
his
the
major releases was fucking, like, I guess he released, like, Wonderful Every Day.
Surf is the Donny Trumpet and the Social Experiment album that Chance
Good album.
produced. Yeah, good album. Nothing I could listen to consistently, but something I'll go back to.
I visit it fairly frequently.
Yeah, me too.
Like Miracle? I only really visit Chance's songs. Dude. That thing sends a weird-ass vibe. Like, it's so particular in its vibe.
The thing about Surf is it's just nothing I've ever heard before, you know?
It's, yeah. Oh, dude, that verse. Sit with a beat.
Mm.
A chair isn't fair if you sit right there
Oh,
with your hair
shit.
and a knot, not a care in the world or a pot for the piss, which we share because a pair of us are not a pair in the world that the world wouldn't miss much as this. And if it isn't the same, then it's apples and lemonade. Can't stand for a minute, man with an iPod. If I got locked up, would see me at the end of my sentence. White dot, pipe up with what I got, which I got from fuck. So then get shit for the beat.
Oh, dude. Look, this is such a strange clashing of worlds for, like, anyone who doesn't know us or Chance, you know? Like, we're just 2 white dudes from a suburb in Australia listening to some Chicago rapper.
That's why I wouldn't give up the internet, dude.
Yeah. Because the internet.
Yeah.
Chance made us
You put on
go.
Miracle?
I think it would be copyrighted because it's original music.
Dude, it was released free. Fuck them. Come on, what are they gonna pull us? No,
Look up
you heard
Miracle.
those 2 cunts from fucking Queensland? Fucking pull those cunts. They're making too much money off our song.
Nah,
YouTube getting on us.
YouTube takes it down.
Automatically.
Go listen to Chance the Rapper, Acid Rap, 10 Day, Surf. All of these will change your life. They really will.
Confirmed.
Swag. Thanks for listening, fam. This has been, what are we calling? The Uneducated Podcast.
This is let's start. This is a new one. It's higher quality than our older one.
Yeah.
Those ones are pub. We got like a mic and a table and shit.
I'm still recording. All right. Hi, guys.
I could win it or skip. Russian accent or skip. Acid
Our quality's definitely improved. Anyway, we'll find a title. The title is below us right now.
Chose.
Untitled.
Chose.
Okay.
Untitled 03.
Stay safe, family. Don't do drugs.
Do a little.
God, give me one sentence more. Maybe I just gotta get suspended more. Hashtag it, get mentions for it. Make you love it, get it trending more. And then act humble. Hit some bull that some dude mumble. Wanting to jump dude, but let that nigga punk you. Knowing bitch niggas wanna bring